which one do you prefer? X6M competition or GLE 63S BMW for the first time on our channel? The face of this is so raw, it's so aggressive. The interior on this is just a 10 out of 10. These buttons are... Nah, it's not cool. 3, 2, 1. Oh. So now let's start it up. 3, 2, 1, exhaust is on. Hello guys, I am back. Today welcoming you all with not only one car, I'm welcoming you with two cars and also with a BMW for the first time on our channel. And in today's video I will be comparing the GLE 63S Coupe and the all-new BMW X6M Competition. So we will be comparing the design, the exterior as well as the interior, the sound, price, everything. So let's get on and started. From my point of view, I will be not looking at it from the Mercedes-Benz fanboy point of view that I am. I will be trying to be as objective as possible. So let's get on and start to talk about the numbers. With the GLE 63S Coupe, we are talking about a V8 biturbo AMG engine, 4 liter, producing 612 horsepower. But with the BMW X6M Competition, we are talking about a 4.4 liter V8 BMW M engine. I think it's a single turbo, but it's producing 625 horsepower. So in this case, the point definitely goes to the BMW X6M Competition for having a bit more horsepower. But here I have to mention that both cars do the 0 to 100 sprint in 3.8 seconds, which gives us a draw at this point. But also let's talk about the prices of this, because I think the BMW X6M Competition is a bit more expensive. With the GLE 63S 4MATIC Plus Coupe, we are talking about a starting base price of 149,743 euros, and with the X6M Competition, we are talking about 152,100 euros, which is a bit more, like 3,000 euros more. In this case, another point for the GLE 63S Coupe. So now let's get on and start with the exterior point of view. Let's start talking about the front of both cars. First of all, with both cars, we have modified versions. Both of them are completely redone by Late Design. Late is concentrating on building body kits and parts for cars like the GLE, SUV, the Coupe. We also have a lot of body parts for the X6, the base version, and also the M Competition, which we have here. As you can see, the carbon fiber bonnet, as we have here, the grille is full carbon fiber, the front splitter. We have new wheels on both cars, both from Late Design. At this point, also special thanks for letting me film both cars. And if you're interested in getting and upgrading your car, both BMW and Mercedes, go check out Late Design in the description below. They have a lot of body parts and sets which you can order. So let's start talking about the front of both cars. First of all, with the GLE 63S, we have a very nice and decent looking car, but still very brutal, since we have the V8 look in the front, also with the so-called Panamericana grille, the Mercedes-Benz star. Very classy. But I think, even though I'm a big AMG fanboy, that the X6M Competition and the X6 in total has got a way more sporty and brutal face throughout the eyes. This is something that is very important. The eyes, they look so modern, very sporty and aggressive. Whereas with the GLE, it looks, yeah, kind of okay. It's very decent, as I mentioned. But there is also facelift coming. But in this case, I have to give the point to the X6M Competition, because the face of this is so raw, it's so aggressive, super sporty and dynamic. But still, don't get me wrong, I like the GLE. But now let's talk about the rear. And first of all, the side. I mean, the side profile of both cars is similar. I mean, the X6 was first. Yes, Mercedes copied it, but in my eyes, they made it even better. It's a whole new segment, which BMW has created. We have to give them the credit at this point. So the roofline is kind of similar with both cars. At this point also we have the Late Design wheels here, the alloys, carbon fiber ones on this side. These are optional for the X6 and also for the GLE. And for the GLE we have the multi-spoke Late Design wheels. So which one would you prefer? So now it's time to discuss something very important in my eyes, and we will be talking about the rear of both cars. So as I mentioned, the first SUV coupe which we had was the X6. So the predecessor car was extremely beautiful. But please don't get me wrong, but I really don't understand represent the latest design language of the new X6. It looks wide, it looks extremely sporty and good. Also in addition with all the latte design performance parts. But when I look at the all new GLE 63S Coupe, I really find this extremely beautiful and attractive. I mean, the rear of this car is just so good looking. The stance, the sharp design, also with the additional latte design, rear diffusor here and the parts. I think the point goes to the GLE 63S. So what do you guys think? Which one do you prefer? X6M competition or GLE 63S rear? In my eyes, this is definitely a point for the GLE 63S Coupe. Now talking about the interior, in my eyes, this is extremely easy. I mean, don't get me wrong, but BMW interiors haven't really aged the last few years. They feel like that they are still the same. I mean, they've got an upgraded and more slim display, which is touch, and also the infotainment and everything is extremely easy to use, but the design of the interior still looks unchanged. I mean, they want to keep the traditions. I get that. And I also love the interior materials and quality, the entire design, especially with the seats, point for the X6M. But when I look at the main interior and also with the steering wheel, there are no big changes. Huge fan of the full carbon fiber details, but now let's just have a look on the GLE 63S Coupe interior. Guys, you have to fully agree with me on that. The interior on this is just a 10 out of 10. I really love it. I love the futuristic design with the double display here. I also love the shape of the full interior in addition with the ambient colors. I really am a huge lover of this AMG steering wheel, also with airbag cover in leather. And it's definitely a point for the GLE 63S. And if not, a double point for the GLE 63S for this interior. What do you guys think? I really love the interior. I mean, the seats are pretty okay. AMG crest here on the headrest, AMG emblem here, but still seems very standard, whereas the X6M competition seats are way better and more sportier. But the feel and look inside is really good. What do you guys think? That's a point for the GLE 63S Coupe. And now, since we are already in the interior, we will be starting up the car and we will be listening to the sound. So let's go. Let me just have a seat inside. There we go. So let's just start up the car in a motion start. I will be lowering one window for you. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful AMG engine V8 rumble. You can instantly hear it even though we have an OPF on this thing. So listen up to this. Nice pops and bangs. Really love the sound. Now let's continue with the X6M competition. Time for the sound check inside the X6M competition. So let's jump inside. And now we will be listening up to the sound of the X6M competition. Something very important, that we have an exhaust button as well as in the GLE 63S Coupe, which is really cool. Also airbag cover finished in leather. Really love this on all BMWs. These buttons are... it's not cool. Having plastic buttons in such an expensive car is just... Also the buttons, the entire layout of the buttons, the design, they look so old. I'm honest with you. This doesn't look like a 2022 model BMW. Something that I really love is the shift knob that we have. We don't have it with the GLE. Instead, we have it behind the steering wheel. So I really love the feel of this, also with the nice stitching, the M badge here, also here with the badge. Really love this. So now let's start it up. 3, 2, 1, exhaust is on. Okay, we will be revving it. Not my pair of shoes. I don't really like it. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comment section below. Also with the exhaust on. Okay, it's way louder now. Also the rev limiter. Yeah, there's no rev limiter. I really love it. How do you guys like the sound? Let's also listen it from the outside. Let's go. So now it's time to listen to the sound of the BMW X6M competition from the outside. Guys, listen up. Okay, guys. How do you like the sound of the BMW X6M competition? In my eyes, it's completely different to what we have with the GLE 63S. Completely different sound, and it doesn't really sound that much like a V8, to be honest. And now it's time to listen up to the sound of the GLE 63S Coupe, guys. We will be starting it up with an emotion start, so let's get it on. Come on, I mean, this is by far way better than what we have with the X6M competition. You really hear that V8, you have some nice pops and bangs. I mean, the exhaust is still stock from AMG, even though we have new exhaust tips by Latte Design. In this case, another point for the GLE 63S Coupe, or what do you guys say? Which sound did you like more? So that's it basically for today's video, guys. Who do you think won this one? Would you rather say you would go for the GLE 63S Coupe or the X6M competition? In my eyes, I'm honest with you, even though the front of the X6M competition looks extremely brutal and way better than the GLE, I would rather go for the GLE 63S just for the sound, because I really loved it, appreciate it. Also with the rear, it looks way better. How do you guys like it? There's also a facelift of the GLE Coupe coming. It will look 10 times better, mark my words. At this point also, when you look at the bonnet here, the hood, it's fully carbon fiber by Latte Design on both cars. It's really cool. How do you guys like it? So would you guys like to see more videos like this? Leave it in the comment section below. I really love that both cars are different, even though they are in the same segment. So it's just a matter of taste if you want to go for this car or this one. So I will leave the question up to you. Which one would you choose? Looking forward to see you all again and wish you an amazing day.